While it has been said there is something called legitimate suffering, it must therefore mean there's also something called illegitimate suffering. And while legitimate suffering can be the result of what happens when someone has experienced the end of a relationship, or perhaps a loved one has passed on, and they are grieving and working through the pain, that's one form of suffering. Illegitimate suffering is then what happens when someone doesn't face their pain, they try and avoid it. And this can cause someone to be depressed or anxious or fearful because they haven't faced what happened to them a number of weeks ago, a number of months ago, maybe even a number of years ago. So therefore, through avoiding legitimate suffering, and this might only last for a short period of time, they end up suffering for years and years because they haven't taken the time to face that which is within them. Based on this, it's going to be important for them to face their pain and to work through it if they want to put an end to their illegitimate suffering. And they might be able to do this by themselves, or they may need to reach out for external support, which could be supplied by the assistance of a therapist or a healer. And this can then allow them to put an end to this kind of suffering. And in the future, they might be able to face the pain that arises when they do experience a loss or the end of a relationship, for example, and then they won't need to engage in illegitimate suffering anymore.